This is the Anxiety Issues Podcast, and this episode is titled, Should Rape Accusations Be Met with Financial Compensation? We understand that rape is a serious issue. We do not take it lightly. So y'all may see the alcohol on the table and we may be drinking and smoking, which we probably shouldn't fucking do when we're discussing this topic, but we did and we do. But we just want y'all to understand that we do take it serious, and we understand it is not a joking matter. We may joke and laugh, but we're not joking about that. I'm sure my co-host would agree that, that is serious and we don't take it light.
Absolutely. This is Adam 12 Taylor of the Anxiety Issues Podcast. And I want to say in advance that we're not doing this because of any backlash that we received. The episode has not aired yet. But we do, for all of those who have followed us and been with us, you understand that we created this platform to have those uncomfortable discussions that we have amongst ourselves, but we don't have in front of other people. And we decided to have a conversation centered around rape. Throughout the conversation, of course, we try to be lighthearted on this show. So the way somebody might have explained something, the way somebody might have told a personal story, we might have found some humor within that. But we want to make you understand that there is nothing funny about rape. To anybody who has been victimized, inappropriately touched, we want you to feel comfortable, brave enough, and supported enough to come out and share your story, to come out and turn those people into the police. We do not support rape or sexual misconduct of any kind. And we apologize if we offended anybody. We know a lot of our loyal listeners understand us, but since we are a new podcast, we might have a few new viewers every time, and we don't want you to come in and just be bombarded with this topic and our mannerisms. So we deeply apologize if we offend anybody. And again, we do not take rape for a joke. We do not take it lighthearted. It's one of the most disgusting things that can happen in the world. So we apologize in advance to anybody that we may offend. All right, cool. Well, let me talk to a loyal listener of ours, man. I didn't prep nobody for this shit, so y'all go ahead. This is just me going on one of my little rants, brother. We have a loyal listener to the Anxiety Issues Podcast, which is my ex's ex. This nigga's a loyal listener. Mm-hmm. I know he's a loyal listener because it came up in a court case. I had to go support my ex on a court case, and it was a child custody ordeal, and he used the podcast as a way to say I was detrimental to being around his children, right? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you why this offended me, bro. Normally, I wouldn't even talk about this. It's really not my space. Me and this young lady not together no more, but I'm going to tell you why it bothers me. I spoke to her not too long ago about this situation. As a person who, I've been separated from my child's mother since my daughter was born. So my daughter's never seen me and her mother together. Okay?
Right.
So I've always been subjected to whoever my child mother dates. Right. I have to deal with that being around my daughter. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So as men, we're protectors, we're providers, correct?
Correct.
Cool.
Always.
Right. So at the end of the day, if I don't have feelings for my child's mother or, my ex or whatever, which I don't, the only thing I can ask of that man is to not harm my daughter. You understand what I'm saying? And if you could just not cross that line, I got to have a certain level of respect for you, right?
Right.
Regardless of how I feel about you personally. As long as my daughter seems healthy and happy, fine. This is why this shit bothered me, brother. A man came in, he told a story about what I did in my first interaction around his child that he experienced, right? Mm-hmm. So he says that while the first time that me and him ever had an interaction, right, was on a FaceTime. My girl at the time, she came down here to visit me. Right. She was going to FaceTime the children while the children were with the father, right?
Right.
So I was on the phone talking to someone else, right? And I told her, I said, say hello to the kids. I interact with them on FaceTime all the time. I had never been to California to meet them before, but we had a good relationship online. And you could tell, bro, even pets, like animals, you could tell who treats a pet bad and who doesn't, right?
Right.
A pet will run for joy for someone who treats them correctly, right?
Right.
So this man has seen his kids light up just at the mention of my name. So off top there, that's at least so far, there's nothing negative that have happened. You could just tell by the reaction from your children, right?
Right.
But he tells the judge, he says that he told me to quiet down while she was on the phone talking to her children. And then I said in front of the children, tell that bitch ass nigga. the nigga says, bitch ass nigga
that
in
boy added
court.
some extra major sauce on that thing.
Now here's the reality of it, right? On a scale from 1 to 10, how high up is bitch ass nigga in the things that you could call a black man?
That's the top. That's right up there.
That rank up there for y'all. That's a pretty up there, right?
That's a fighting word.
That's up there. Yeah.
Is there any situation where I could call you a bitch ass nigga in front of your children and then 5 minutes later say, man, you a real dude?
No.
That's impossible, isn't it?
No. You
Right.
That's no.
It's not possible.
So the truth about what happened is clearly not that story, right?
Yeah.
He had a fit because, again, he was just upset that his lady was with somebody new, right? Mm-hmm. So he go to talking crazy to her, and I take the phone from her, and I say, hey, bro, if you got something to say, what's up? So he hangs up the phone and he goes in another room from when he's not around the children and he want to have a conversation with me. Mm-hmm. Now, naturally, you don't know how your girl boyfriend looks, especially the new nigga, right? You probably imagine some square Poindexter, or that's what everybody hopes when your girl leaves them. You feel me? But when you FaceTime your girl new boyfriend and he just happened to be 280 and don't give a fuck about nothing, you're going to change a little bit of your perspective when you finally get to speak to him. You feel me? We actually had a productive conversation. You feel me? When he got off the phone, he texted his old lady, which was his ex-old lady, which is now my old lady. He said, hey, man, that dude was a real one. Accurate assessment of me. You feel me? Which is cool. But it bothered me because you tried to use my platform to say that I am negative around your children. This is what pisses me off about this whole situation, right? So to you, brother, since I know you watching, your children one time, I was on the phone with the mother before I actually met these children, right? And I was just joking around with the mother, right? And I was like, man, girl, stop playing. I don't like you for real. Just joking with her, right? The kids was like, nah, I know you love mommy. I said, well, how y'all know? They said, because you're the only person we seen treat mommy nicely. Just let that shit on you now. Mm-hmm. They could tell by how I treat their mother over a phone that I have feelings for her, right? Mm-hmm. They said I'm the only person. So while you worrying about me, brother, and my perception, maybe you should worry about you and your physicality towards a woman in front of your child. Mm-hmm. Maybe the words you say about your wife at the time in front of your child, maybe that's the shit you should worry about. You feel me? I'm a rapper. I do a podcast, brother. I don't curse around my children. I never drink. My child could be 21 years old. I never have a drink with my child. Mm-hmm. Those are just my standards. I protect his children no differently than I will protect my own. You feel me?
Right.
So at some point in time, brother, and I just want to say this to you in life, whether me and your ex-wife will ever be a thing or not a thing, brother, them kids got two daddies, my nigga, and you got to deal with that shit. If ever I bond with you and I say I rock with you forever. You feel me?
Right.
If those kids needed something today, I got you. You feel me? And if that bothers you as a man or you don't have enough respect for that, then you are, as you say, a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
Because anybody who will protect my children, I don't really care about that other shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I never badmouth you. Whatever you got going on with the girl or the issue, that's none of my business. You feel me? But I just wanted to address him as a loyal listener and let you know if that's how you feel, brother, then you are a bitch ass nigga. But being a bitch ass nigga is not like herpes. It's not a lifelong diagnosis. You don't have to be that forever. You feel me? You can wake up tomorrow and decide that I want to be a better person. You feel me? So I hope that somewhere in my rant that you understand where you went wrong in that situation and we never have no issues. You feel me? Because and then the man went on, I know they sipping lean in they cups. Bitch, how the fuck you know what's in my cup? Oh, they got guns on the table. Nigga, these registered guns. Oh, they got a cat on there smoking weed. This nigga is legally smoking marijuana.
Right.
I'm like, man, this cat is bogus, bro. But then you go on your page, you got all the military niggas fool, like you some real nigga or you some cool nigga, you was a thug and you joined the military. Boy, you a square. You ain't from Oak Park, you ain't done no gangster shit in Sacramento, you ain't never shot nothing, poked nothing or whatever. Stay in that military life, which is nothing wrong with that, and fool them boys. Don't bring that shit out here with me.
But if you are a bitch ass nigga,
right,
we do want you to keep watching. We appreciate
you. Please do. I thank you for the subscription.
We appreciate you viewing the show, and we want you to keep watching. Don't let this man across the table offend you. You are not a bitch ass nigga. You watch this podcast, so you are real. So keep watching and do not pay him no mind over there. Because
I hope he learns something.
Yeah, man. We need you, man.
Yeah. Shout out to my kids, man. Love my kids, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to them.
And when you watch us, make sure you don't leave the live stream the whole time. We need you there. Like, don't listen to him. I'm your friend.
Make sure you share that. Make sure you share.
Please do.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the Anxiety Issues Podcast. I am one half of this show. Adam 12 Taylor here with my brother Boneface of Boneface Inc. And who you got with us today, man? You be inviting people, man. What we got going on?
You know, I like to just spring guests up sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Across from you, we have Fabo, a.k.a. Bo from Bo Life Entertainment. He is one of the premier promoters in Pensacola, has been for a long time.
Facts.
He's just all around dude, man, all around hustler, jack of all trades, does everything. He also handles the social media parts of the Anxiety Issues Podcast now. So that's dope. He's a part of the team. So when you see him, he is a representation of us. And so that's Fabo across. And to my left, I got my big cuz, G. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Matter of fact, let me tell you who he is first, then I'll tell you the story.
Hey man,
That Nat was fucking with me.
That Nat been messing with me too, bro.
I think he on lean.
Nah, but I got my big cousin next to me, man. This is who I go to. It seems like, especially being from here in Pensacola, there are very few people around you who motivate you, who you can go to for advice. A lot of us, when we become successful to a certain point, we are the person that everybody goes to for advice and information. But this is my big cousin. This is who I call when I need business advice, or, you know, if I just want to talk about life. He's somebody that can give me some information that I feel like is more valuable than the information I could put together myself.
Right.
That's who he is. He is also a pastor.
Yeah.
And like, he works with the youth, everything. He does a lot of other different things. I'm gonna let
he DJ on Friday. Don't forget.
That boy said, "What you the pastor at the prison?"
Yeah, you know, he came in and started putting me on game. I said, I like him, man.
Hey man,
Nah, but this is my big cousin, man. These are the people who made me tough, though. He's like I say, my older brother was like kind of not in my house. I kind of admire my older brother from a distance, you know. But this is my cousin. These are the guys who really made me tough. Who that is? That's me. That ain't me.
Yeah, that's you, host.
That's
right
you.
there by you.
Shout out to Dynamite.
Yeah, but like this was these are the people who made me tough. Him and my other two cousins. Shout out to LA Tony. Shout out to big cousin Allen. Those are the guys. When my mom went to jail when I was younger, and most of my family migrated to LA in what is like 96, 94, some shit like that.
No, boy. That's like 80.
80?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, half of my family moved to LA. Right. He went with that part. So when my mom went to jail, they shipped us out to LA. And that's when I started living with these cats. And they terrorized me.
We was nice to you.
Like, bro, traumatized my childhood. They're the reason why I say I don't have a childhood. They ruined it. But yeah, this is my big cousin. So that was the longest introduction ever. But
you're supposed to bring back a gang set with you, man. You know, most people go to LA and then they come back to wherever they from. They start a whole set, though. You know what I'm saying?
Man. I take pride in being able to say I ain't never did no lame shit from in that avenue in my life. You probably, as a young boy with women and shit, I done probably did some lame shit. Right. But as far as just in general, as an adult and as a teenager, I don't have nothing lame on my resume. So I ain't gonna start faking like I'm nothing that I ain't. I am who I am.
No sense to doing that.
Yeah, no. But a lot of people will. Yeah, I don't care nothing about no clout.
But I am from Pensacola.
He is from Pensacola.
Right.
Yeah,
make sure they get that right. Yeah. I am from Pensacola.
Yeah, but y'all would never think he was a pastor. So if he here, you know, ain't no pastor coming in here with us, because I'm finna fire this blunt up right next door to him.
Do your thing, man.
I don't care nothing about it. You feel me?
Listen, y'all gonna have me going to church out in LA now. Next time I go to Cali, I got.
But you got to come to Harlem. I'm in Harlem.
Yeah, Harlem.
Like New York?
Yeah, I live in New York.
Listen, that man swear I'm from the South. I lived in LA, but I preach in Harlem. That's the most unexpected shit. For real,
it make more sense for him to preach in Harlem.
I just I don't know if God go to Harlem. I mean,
he would preach for Bumpy Johnson them and
yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like Harlem got a reputation, and
preaching ain't it.
Preaching ain't it. But I guess God be everywhere though. So don't let me tell you or him.
Yeah.
But and I heard it's real gentrified though. So I heard the Harlem that of old is not Harlem a present? I heard it's being gentrified like most places.
It's definitely being gentrified, which is bad in the long run because people are being moved out of their houses. So they can't afford the taxes. So their family had bought the houses in Harlem.
You want to hit that, man?
Nah.
Go ahead.
So the bad part is we're losing our properties, brother, you know, at an alarming rate.
Right.
And no one is really coming to the rescue. They could really care less. They bought the property, some of them back in the 80s for like $2.
Yeah.
That's when Harlem was down to nothing.
I got a question. Somebody asked me this, and I had an answer for it, but it was a good question too. It was just like gentrification. A lot of times seems to them is like we just coming in to take over and take care of some shit that y'all don't appreciate. So that's when somebody asked me. They was like, "What's wrong with people coming in and doing something better with something that people don't appreciate?" And my answer was, that's cool, and that would be fine if the people who had it had the resources to do something with it. You feel me? I'm like, it's unfair to expect somebody to treat something they have better when you've taken all the resources and you come in with all of the resources after you've taken them and rebuild and act like you could have did it too. Right. Like, nah, bitch, I ain't got the tool bag you got, and you made sure I couldn't get the tool bag that you got. Yeah. So it's just like they make it difficult for us to thrive in our own environments. Then they come in and act like they're fixing them up, and then move us out of them motherfuckers, and you know.
Well, at the end of the day, we have to be honest. We did that to ourselves. We took the bait, and we moved out to the suburbs.
Right, but a lot of like the thing about it, bro, is like everybody at this table, when they growing up, inherited whatever the fuck their parents left them, which was mostly nothing. Yeah. So it's like you got to think. Yeah, it's easy for them. It's easy to put the blame on us when people who have generational wealth step in. You feel me? And do their thing with it. But here we are. We trying to fix. We starting from -0, right, trying to catch up and fix our situation with no fucking tools and no resources. It's like. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but see, it goes deeper than that.
Okay, go ahead.
So you got to go. You got to go back to the desegregation. That's like that. That's what really hurt us as a people is desegregation.
Right. But see, I'm gonna cut you off and say this because, all right, like we were thriving in patches when we were. That was the best thing that ever happened to us was for us to separate ourselves from them. So we were forced to build because all the building we need to do would have started then. Yeah. But the thing about it is we went back to our crutch, which was them, and it stopped us from ever building anything because we weren't forced into it. Correct. So what I was saying is that basically like when desegregation happened, right? Mm-hmm. And we came back together, but when we were on our own, we were thriving and doing fine. And then I'm smoking. Already.
We
I had some shit when I started.
I got you. That shit was on the way. Listen, we was thriving doing fine, and drugs came in. And
What it is, I ate a gummy too, man. I forgot about that bitch. That bitch just kicked in. Listen, I ain't never noticed when the edible kicked in.
Hey, listen, the edible's like, what we do?
Yeah, you know how usually when you take an edible, you just like you don't know when that bitch came. But that was what time is it? That bitch showed up at 11:26. I had a good ass point. I don't even remember where I was going.
But you know, it's crazy that you say that at a point in time, those places were literally $2 to purchase. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I do have a bit of a devil's advocate thing to say though. Like, sure, gentrification was bad for us. You know what I mean? But where do we have to take accountability for our mentality? It's something I seen. I forgot where it is. It's somewhere locally in the city. About 4 or 5 years ago, they built like a new, I thought was just apartment buildings. You feel me? They look nice as shit. I'm like, man, I want to get me a spot over there. But come to find out, they was a new projects for low income, things like that, right? Mm-hmm. Now you look at them right now, and them bitches run down.
Fast.
Yeah. Right, and they was brand new places. So at the end of the day, where do we take the responsibility for how we take care of things? You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because I think sometimes we struggle with value amongst ourselves.
We do.
You know what I mean? Sometimes when we see something black, we don't see anything of value.
And to go deeper, it's just, for me, it's just everything is programming too, though. Like we're programmed to function that way. Yeah. It's not something that we just, that's not just something that comes with being black. That comes from decades and decades, years and years of programming. Right. You feel me? The things we value and all of that is programming. It's just like what I say I say all the time. I say, The reason why all little black boys want to do is entertain and play ball is because that's constantly what they put in their face 24/7. It's programming. It's happening from they were 3-4 years old. So when they grow up and you can't get them to want to do nothing but that's their problem. So at us, where we need to take responsibility is to be able to recognize that and pull our kids away from the programming and put what we want to put in them.
But at what point do we become accustomed to tearing up our own shit?
Correct.
I can't argue with that answer.
Not only crack too. You got to realize social wise, the desegregation the reconstruction of the African American home, like during the 70s and 80s, was a real breakdown, brother. You got to realize a woman cannot get financial aid or any assistance from the state if she had a man in her house.
That's a fact.
So there go the structure of the black family. So you had desegregation. Then on top of desegregation, you tell the black woman, because she's, banging this dude who's helping her and trying to help her with her family, he can't be in the house if she's going to get state assistance.
Right.
So that's a whole deconstruction of the whole model of family. And we've been known as a village, regardless of who's in the village. That's the black family.
Right.
And so, we have to figure out, how do we really, like you were saying, get back to that point of how do we really restructure the village? Mm-hmm. That's the question. How do you really restructure the village and begin to build up those images that you're talking about?
Yeah. What's bad about our culture, though, man, is that we don't understand that any kind of change or anything like worth a damn happening starts with sacrifice. And don't nobody want to lose nothing to get nothing. Everybody want everything easy. We all want to wake up rich. We don't think about the work that it takes to get there. We just want everything. Instant gratification is a fucking problem.
Right. Yeah. Sacrifice might not benefit you. It might benefit the generation after you.
Right.
Which people don't understand.
And
so, they clearly understand, but they don't see the value in it. What's the point of doing something that's not going to directly benefit me?
That's why some people can't save money.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's a slow process that you have to take time to do. You got to see it through. Nah, we just want a bunch of money in our bank account like that.
That's me.
You feel me?
Save my life.
Yeah.
But just to pick your brain a little bit, because I like your train of thought when it comes to desegregation and things like that. How do you feel about black people identifying with a political party? What's your opinion on it? Do you feel like black people should have a particular political party? Because we've been voting Democrat for some time now.
But you got to realize that's not how we started.
Not at all.
So that's a real hard question, only because we associate with the popularity as opposed to doing our own research and our own homework. So therefore, we get bamboozled in supporting someone who we think is going to support us, when in actuality, we end up still getting stuck with the money bag. So my thought on that is, do your homework and go with who you believe is going to, be beneficial in the long run. Right. Like, a lot of people didn't like Trump, but he sure exposed a whole lot of stuff.
He did.
He exposed it. Now, I don't agree with, his views and some of his, his views as a human being, but at the same time, he definitely put in some constraints on other nations to really let them know, like, U.S. ain't no punk.
Right.
You just ain't gonna punk us no more. So that's a hard question, brother, to be honest. But you gotta do your homework at the end of the day. And then we have to be willing to educate our children. We got to educate our community. But at the same time, we got people who are trying to educate us, and they only educating us because they need that money bag.
Right.
And so it's not about, the people as a whole, but it goes back to you, some you alluded to, which is how many people are willing to die for the cause.
No,
a few.
It's few.
3 or 4.
Like my boy Hawk Newsom is on the line, brother, for Black Lives Matter in Harlem. He's one of the presidents. You look him up. Hawk Newsom. He out there every day putting his life on the line.
And you that's taking.
But most people wouldn't even know who that is. Yeah.
Nobody, go ahead.
No, I was just saying most people wouldn't know who that is unless you directly find that.
And that's going further. I was just finna say, bro, the time. This is the first time I can think back in the history of black people to where we don't have like visible leaders. Like back in the day, like for every era you had somebody. Hampton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You had somebody. You had leaders. Like, bro, they burying the fucking leaders and they're choosing our leaders. You feel me?
Who's choosing our leaders?
Well, I wouldn't say they're burying them. I would say that no one is willing to die. Like
No. I get that part. I mean, just like as far as what we see, what our kids see, like the people the influencers. You feel what I'm saying?
No, you see them. You
right,
see them.
Right. But what I'm saying is, this is a good example. Is this right? There's some rappers we can name, right? That are the most popular rappers on the planet, right? There's a method to that, right? Yep. And then you think about rappers who rap way better than them that actually have something to say, and it's like.
That's not getting pushed like that.
How the fuck on the charts is just even in opinion now is this guy here and this guy here, and you thinking like, damn, how is he above J. Cole?
But black people have always based shit on popularity.
Right, but my thing is, who are the people behind making shit popular? Like when you sit in front of a label, right? If I got some conscious shit to say, right. And you got some bullshit to say, and it's just like, all right, damn, he's more entertaining. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I want to push this because it helps my agenda and I can make money off of it. Like this is what I want to feed them.
There's more money in the bullshit than the conscious
right.
shit.
But 100%. But we made but the programming is what led us to make it that way. Is what I'm saying. If that makes sense.
Why you call Crump every time? Why do they call Crump every time there's a social issue?
Who's that?
Crump, the lawyer, the big time lawyer.
Because he's popular.
Exactly.
Yeah, because people know who he is. So all I'm saying, bro, is like
why do they call
the media and all that other shit controls like basically what we're seeing and who popping. You feel me? And they choose who's popping. Back in the day, the people chose who's popping and weren't influenced by nothing. It's almost like, for instance, like you just named somebody who does some major. We have leaders there. We still have those guys, but it's just like they're not given a platform anymore. Yeah. Right. The platform is more private than anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna slightly disagree from the standpoint of we don't have those guys anymore. Mm-hmm. But the reason why we don't have those guys, I think, is more so our fault than their fault. And the reason why I say that is like we talk about women in relationships on this show all the time. One of the easiest things to do is to trick a woman out some pussy because she will tell you what she wants to hear if you listen hard enough. You understand? Mm-hmm. All you gotta do is regurgitate and then you in her good graces. You understand? Black people, we are also that way. In the fact that we're loud about a lot of the things that we want. We loud about a lot of the things that we like. You understand? There's no secrecy to our methods. White people have this secret. I don't think white people get together and have a meeting. You feel me about what white people gonna do?
Got an unspoken code,
but it's an unspoken code. You feel me? Black people we're very tribal, bro. We don't necessarily want to be led. Like I don't want another nigga tell me what to do. We label everything: strong woman, weak woman, bitch ass nigga, fake nigga. We label shit. We don't necessarily want to be led.
Right.
Back then, it was easier. Like I said, when Trump was in office, it's easier to band together when you have a common enemy. You understand? Mm-hmm. Back then, those people, the world made it obvious that the world was their enemy. It was easier for them to stick together. Now there's this illusion of freedom that you can make an honest living, that you get, you know what I mean? All the racism shit now is systemic, placed in laws and in books, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So people feel like, now I don't want to be led. Like I don't see black people. For us to agree on something is like hell and high water, man.
Okay, my question is this. I don't see it. My question is this: like, how did it get that way? At what point did it shift? Because it was one way at a time, and now it's this way. What influenced that?
What influenced that is when you lost your leaders, no one stepped up to be the next leader.
Okay, so right. who like how did we?
So I'm gonna call them out.
Okay, cool. So how did we lose our leaders?
So you lost your leaders because number one, they saw them as a threat.
Okay.
Medgar Evers.
Okay. Right.
Threat. MLK. Threat.
Okay. Who is
Malcolm
they?
Malcolm X. Who is they?
Yeah.
They meaning Caucasian people.
Yeah.
White people.
Right. Okay. So when we lost those leaders, right? Mm-hmm. They had leaders behind them, right? That was supposed to resurface. So my thing is, ain't nobody trying to kill a motherfucker that's trying to lead us that's not beneficial to us. They want to put those people in the forefront for us to be misled. Yeah. So what I'm telling you is that, yes, it's our fault, but it's our fault because it was set up to be that way. It's not like we just woke up and we just chose to be how we are. Just like if you tell a story all the time about how your daughter was with her mother and she was going to school and she was failing, right? And then she got with you and they thought she was slow. She got with you, everything flipped. You feel what I'm saying? The influence changed.
Absolutely.
So it's like, but my point is, that child is going to be whatever the influence is. She was influenced by something to be that way. What I'm saying is that a poor influence is always pushed to the forefront as something to see. and that overshadows everything else. It's a lot of bullshit out here that we. Go ahead.
Right. No. I'm listening to you. I'm low key agreeing with you. I just think that at some point, which I 1,000% agree, where black people are is a condition from the place that they put us in. 1,000% agree with that. But at some point, some of that shit on us. At some point, a lot of the behaviors that I see right now are now just inherited. It's on us to fix. They not gonna ever come out and be like, "Hey, sorry for what we did. Let's put y'all in therapy." That shit ain't happening. You feel me?
But it's hard. So it's hard to break that cycle if you don't know nothing else.
Right.
My point exactly.
Like for me, I'm just fortunate.
But enough of us do. You hear enough people come on TV and talk, but I don't feel like enough of us want that information.
This is the point. This is the point I'm trying to make, is that there is a lot of us that want to,
right?
But we're being suppressed in a fashion to where we can't.
Right.
Just like it's like like you say, everybody follows the popular thing. So if I'm in control of the environment, you feel me? I can control what's the popular thing to you. You feel me? Because what's funny is I go in spaces, bro. You might like if you sit and have you at a table full of white people, right? The stuff that they experience is gonna be a lot different than the shit I'm high again, man. God damn, man.
Listen, I agree, bro. But a lot of the influences now, bro, we are drifting and this ain't even.
They are pushing the bullshit,
right? But this ain't even what our topic was supposed to be about. But
I ain't never been high twice on the show.
You're wild, boy.
So how you put that bitch out?
Oh man,
yeah, man.
You know
that's
what?
wild,
because you
bro.
next to me, all that power, the anointing.
Man, you gonna catch the secondhand contact. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Holy Ghost.
Yeah, shit.
I
know you got a contact, and you appreciate that contact too.
Hey man, I grew up on it, so it don't bother me.
30 minutes in, one of these days I'm gonna discuss the black government. That's what we need to do. I said that briefly on our show, and
that
I
was a good take too.
Yeah, listen, should have never be correct until we start our own government, which sounds crazy but not far fetched at all.
Adam Trump, I got you, baby. I'm behind.
Yeah, but Stacey Abrams got you down in Georgia.
What you mean?
Shoot, she's the lady
to be the our president.
She could do it.
I don't want to say
she flipped Georgia.
She could do it. No, she could though. I was about to say
flipped Georgia.
I know you coming with it.
I just want to. If we gonna start our own government, I just want a man.
Superior force.
I just want a man.
Come on, man.
I just want a man president. I hated the Harriet Tubman shit on the dot. Who the fuck voted for that? So y'all gonna give me a drip. Who voted for Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill? That was the dumbest shit ever. I don't want no 20s. Don't put none of them.
They were trying to get rid of Elizabeth.
I don't. Whoever they was trying to get rid of. And all respect to Harriet Tubman. But what the fuck does that have to do with my money? Listen, so when you come from other countries, symbolism is everything, right? You come from other countries and you see what they consider strong white men on the money, right? You go all the way down to us and then you get a slave woman?
No, because when you go to the Bahamas, it's a black man.
Yeah, no, but that's the Bahamas. I'm just saying when you come to
they got her in slave mode.
Right. Like, but when you come to America, people from other places, they're gonna come and see white presidents and fucking generals and shit like that. And then the first black person you see on the fucking money is the slave.
Right.
Yeah. Who the fuck voted on that? That's what I want to know.
That's correct. That's why I never thought about that. That's wild.
Yeah, but she was free. You got to give her that. She was free.
Oh, I have no problem with her. She's more of a savage than I will ever be. You feel me? I'm not dissing Harriet Tubman. I'm just dissing America's
system. The system.
I didn't diss Harriet Tubman.
You talking about the system. Yeah. The system that's allowing it to happen. The system.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, they should have gave black people a vote. There are enough strong black men. They already demasculate us in every way possible.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's enough strong black men to have, especially in history, to have put on some money first. No offense to Harriet and everything she done, but Rosa Parks ass too. I don't want her on my motherfucking money.
You don't want Rosa on your
for
team?
For what? No. And shout out to her. Like, bro, it's like I said, it's plenty. I don't even want to get into it.
Hey, bro, you know, I feel like sometimes it'd be like on Looney Tunes. When Bud Bunny put the little rug over the hole,
yeah,
and I just be like, "Come here,
come on, every time."
And step on the road, bro.
I'm not doing it today. So the purpose
of to bury my dog.
I'm not doing it.
That boy said, "Fuck Harriet Tubman, man."
I didn't say fuck Harriet Tubman, man. Don't repeat that. I don't even want my mama watch this show. Mama, I didn't say fuck Harriet Tubman.
Go choose your switch, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she gonna say.
No, I just said I didn't want her on my money. There's enough. I don't care whether it's Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. It's like it's enough strong black men to be on some money. That's all I'm saying, though.
Oh,
and
shit.
then we could work on some black women
bro,
shit.
Just chill, bro.
I'm done.
Just chill. Yeah, man.
But you keep setting me up.
Man.
Anyway, the purpose of this podcast today is Should rape come at a price? I know that sounds crazy. Should rape have a price tag on it? Okay. The reason why we bring this up is because you hear about settlement cases. You hear about a lot of famous men being accused of rape, and they're settling out of court. I've always had a strong opinion about this, whether, and before I get into it, to any woman who has been actually raped, who has been victimized, on behalf of all men, I think everyone on this platform sincerely give you an apology. We can't even begin to imagine what you have gone through, the daily trauma that you deal with. So I don't want this to in any way be an insult to real rape victims.
Definitely.
Right. But because there's been monetary value attached to it, famous men, rich men have become targets of false allegations at times. We live in a society where if you just come out and you say that someone has raped you, you're going to have half the people that believe it, half the people that don't. This came up because of Deshaun Watson, okay? Some of the people might not know who Deshaun Watson is. He's an NFL quarterback. He spent 3 years at Clemson, if I'm not mistaken, 2014 through 2016. He played Alabama in 2 national championships. I think that was 15 and 16, and then he beat Alabama in 2016. He was also the 12th overall pick in the 2017 draft for the Houston Texans. So this guy has literally, whenever they talk about him, especially as a black quarterback, which always comes with a negative stigma in the NFL, but he's been a model guy. Not only can he move with his feet, he's a pocket passer. He's been labeled a great guy on and off the field. Never heard any bad. I mean, even coming out of college, that was one of the big things about him, that like morally his personality was high value, high character guy. You feel me? So he decides that he's done playing with this team, the Houston Texans. You feel me? Player empowerment is a new thing, especially in the NBA, and I think some guys in the NFL want to adapt that policy as well, right? So the guy decides that he doesn't want to play for the Houston Texans anymore and decides to force his way out. Say, I'm not coming, and this is a $100 million guy. So some billionaire has attached himself to $100 million to this African-American quarterback, correct? Now all of a sudden he doesn't want to honor that contract and he wants to leave. Soon as this happens, like high character guy, never heard a thing about him, right? Soon as he decides he wants out, there are rape allegations. Not only, or either what you want to call them, sexual misconduct allegations. I think they say he was, right, he was inappropriately touching women. I think the total was up to 22 or 23 women.
Mm-hmm. It's
now,
up there.
It's up there. Now, I'll put my flag in the sand. I was not there for any of them. Deshaun Watson can be a creep for all I know. The reason why I don't believe this, brother, is because all of my life, bro, I've never met 22 women in my entire life that would be afraid, altogether, be afraid to come out and say a man inappropriately treated them. You understand? Not 22 black women, 22 white women, Asian, nothing. Maybe 1 or 2 might be afraid of his power, his money, but if you inappropriately touch 22 professional American women, I do not believe that all of them would have kept quiet. No way in the world.
No, at all.
Right. No. Right. So to me, this thing is a setup to devalue you, to come out and make you seem like, and I don't want to put nothing on that billionaire in case he want to come for my podcast. Next thing you know, YouTube won't be working for us. You feel me? But I find it quite ironic that as soon as you go against a white, powerful man, all of a sudden you got 22 allegations out, right? So I always ask people, and I'm going to just pass it around the table. If a person comes out and says that you raped them, do you feel like monetary settlements should be allowed in those type of cases? And anybody can go first. It don't matter who.
No, I always thought that was weird, because at the end of the day, when any other crime is committed, you feel me, I'm not coming out of my pocket. I'm paying by taking my ass to jail. Like, justice is served. So that's always been a wild concept to me, that somebody can sue you for doing something wrong to them, right?
Right.
And then receive a cash settlement because you felt like that. What the hell does a cash settlement have to do with this?
Right. Now, to be fair, a lot of times the lawyers do that behind closed doors and it never goes to trial.
Right.
So it's not like there's an actual case for the money. That would be a civil trial, right? Yeah. They pay the young lady, and then she all of a sudden the charges are dropped. She disappears. Yeah. She no longer cooperates. That kind of thing.
Yeah, no, bro. I never believed in that. That's always been a wild concept to me. I just don't feel like we should be discussing a payout. You feel me? Like, am I going to jail or not?
Shouldn't be a bonus for this.
Yeah, no. If I'm a creep and I touch you, I'm supposed to go to jail. You don't supposed to get paid.
Anyone here have children? Anyone here have children?
Yeah.
Girls,
You have 2 girls? All right, so I ask you a specific question. And I'm not even gonna use your girls as a thing, but I just know your mentality as a girl dad, right? So let's just say some woman to you was personally raped, and she was raped by a very wealthy man, right? And she comes to you and she says, "Bo, do you think I should take this $10 million or should I prosecute this man?"
Prosecute.
Right. So
If we're gonna do something, we need to do it that way. Ain't no money gonna,
Right. And if they take the money, let's say they take the money, how do you now feel about the situation in general?
I don't know how I feel about it.
I would feel like it didn't happen for real.
Yeah. For real. If you're gonna
I
take
would
the
feel like
money,
it
it's
didn't
like,
happen. Because when you violate someone in that fashion, there is no buyout.
Yeah.
Because somebody that's a lot of the time, if it's somebody that's
10
willing,
million is a lot of money.
it is a lot of money. But my thing is, if it's somebody that's truly disgusted and traumatized, but by what that does to somebody, you feel me? Then that's a different story. But I don't think like somebody that it's just like you ever met a police officer? Like police, a lot of people are willing to pay the cops off on a lot of shit, but you got some people on the force that don't give a damn about that money. They really feel like they upholding the law.
Yeah.
That's how women are when they traumatized by something. It's like, you can't buy me off, motherfucker. No, you go. I feel like you need to pay,
Right.
and not financially, motherfucker. You need to pay.
I seem like you had something to say.
That's number one. Like you said, there's no price on that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if it's my daughter, there's no price on it. Right. Well, and I have a daughter. There's no price on it. So we need a conviction.
Right. Because if your daughter come to you and say, "Dad, they offered me $10 million not to tell," what you gonna say?
We got to take that conviction.
But
that's the sticky place where some people, it's liberation, because for some people, not saying everyone, but it's liberation to get them out of whatever condition that they're in.
Right.
So it's an opportunity to go from rags to riches overnight.
So answer this: if it was a situation where a motherfucker did something to your daughter, what would be your initial reaction?
Man, I'm sure
you want to kill him, right? Yeah. So the thing about it is like, all right, they got him. I can't kill him. What's the next best thing I could do? Right. Yeah. And they come to you and say, "Man, we're gonna give you $10 million, man. Just forget about that."
But see, but we already know my answer as a father and as a man.
That's all I'm saying.
But
yeah,
these are women making these decisions for whatever reasons they may make them or not. These also women who are going through these actual situations. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So, and again, I die on these crosses all the time. So fuck it. That's what I do, right? So, in my opinion, I hate to do it, I just use my own personal. If my child was raped by some awful situation, and they come to her, some rich guy comes up, offers her $10 million to go away, right? Of course, I would tell my daughter absolutely not, like not at all. You feel me? Not a chance. I don't even want to hear. I'd be pissed if she brought it to my table.
But what if she come to you and said, "Daddy,
I'm taking it.
I'm taking it. And this is gonna pay for my future generations, absolutely. All of that."
And I say, "Well, baby, listen, you are no longer a victim.
No, you're not. You're not.
You were purchased." I feel like that means that if that man had walked up to you and offered you $10 million for some pussy, you would have took it.
Absolutely.
You have been purchased. You cannot be a victim out for monetary gain.
Right. No.
But she wasn't out for. But she wasn't out for monetary gain. Monetary gain became up on the table.
Then that now is more important than what you've been through. You set that precedent, right. Not me.
Right.
So I do not want you to walk around like a victim. Get your $10 million, hold your head high, and act like a rich woman. Don't go around here acting like a rape victim, because you are a well-paid person for what you've been through. Mm-hmm. You accepted that. You had an option to say that I am a victim. What happened to me was horrendous, and I want this person to pay of equal value.
Right.
This man is only giving you $10 million because he has 40 and 50.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This man is going to give you that piece of worthless fucking paper and go live the same fucking life, probably rape another woman.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I say if you take the money, you feel what I'm saying? It didn't happen. Because if it really happened for real, the money wouldn't be a thing. So when you see somebody cash out, I'm not saying every time, but for the most part, if you see somebody cash out, it was some bullshit.
Right.
So
or it was something that wasn't bad enough for it to be something they couldn't let go of. But
So what if you see no conviction coming?
I would rather
you see what I'm saying? Like we fought it,
right,
and still justice wasn't served.
As in, if the only way that I would see that as any way appropriate is if the lawyer is saying that they look, this ain't it. We ain't gonna get him. We ain't gonna whatever. You know what I'm saying? He just want this to go out the media, or he gonna walk free. Maybe then I can kind of get you just some work out of it, but you pushed it as far as it could go. If your own legal counsel is telling you this ain't going, you don't have enough evidence, something went wrong. Yeah, you waited too long to come out with it. The evidence is then that's different.
So then take the money back.
Yeah, because I guess that's some.
You see what I'm saying? Because then right. you back in that place that space that you was talking about.
But you didn't necessarily take money to let him get away. He was going to get away scot-free according to your legal counsel. I'm not going to pretend I'm a podcaster and I'm a rapper. I'm not a lawyer. So if a legal counsel is telling you don't have no chance here.
Yeah, but most times that's what a lot of victims are fed. Their legal counsel is telling them we don't have a chance.
But some of these women have concrete evidence and they want the money. But I feel like more often than not, so let's get into this part. I feel like more often than not, when people take the money, it's because they wasn't raped. So let's just get that out of there. I believe that most rape victims don't want no fucking money.
That's all I was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe most women who are actually raped don't want none of his fucking money.
Right.
But I believe that a lot of people who take the money are false accusers. Mm-hmm. And my problem with that is you are devaluing actual rape when you do that.
Yeah,
so,
but
and it'll happen a lot less though when the penalty, because the thing about it is if somebody accuses me of rape, I'm pretty much facing a long sentence, right? And if I'm found not guilty, nothing happens to them. We need to have it needs to start being a situation where once because you're putting somebody's life in danger. You feel what I'm saying? And if we find out that you made some shit up, like, motherfucker, now it's your life. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Now you are the one facing this time. If you accusing this man, you feel what I'm saying? And we prove that you bullshitting, you feel me? You get the time. I guarantee you it won't be so many accusers.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so many accusers.
But there need to be something put in contracts. I hate that people, like if somebody come out right now, if we had a podcast deal, we had sponsors and everything, and a rape allegation came out about me, no matter how false it is, them people letting us go.
Absolutely. But even if you're found not guilty.
Oh, yeah.
You're losing everything.
And I can't go back and get that money. I can't do nothing.
Well, no, we're going to replace you.
Who? Whoever's on it?
Yeah, we replacing you and going to get that money. So we replacing you.
Who you replacing me?
No, I'm not the person that's replacing you.
Yeah.
But on the podcast, we replacing you and moving on.
Hey, Bone, keep it moving.
Yeah. That's what they're going to be in your ear telling you.
Hey,
dog.
No.
We'll send you something.
But low key, that's how it happens. So now because somebody came out and made up something false about me for whatever their motives might have been, I'm off my own motherfucking show according to y'all.
And then do nothing.
And then do a goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's why I say there has to be a penalty for the accusation itself, because even if you're not convicted, it's still on your it's on your rap sheet. Right. It's on your rap sheet that you were accused of it, and that ain't even nobody wants to be accused of being no shit like that. No pedophile, no rapist, none of that shit.
Nah.
Right. It's just no, bro.
So Deshaun finger 22 masseuse?
He probably fingered 3 of them, but goddamn, I don't believe he fingered all 22 of them. Like you say, 22 people ain't being quiet. Nah. And then it's just like the timing of it was so wild. Like, I'm finna get up out of here. Now suddenly 22 people come forth at the same time. You feel me? And like I'm this monster. I'm like, bro, and this wasn't rumored.
Definitely.
Nobody talked about this.
Right.
Well, we don't know that.
And it was like
that part we don't know.
I do know.
And I want to say this.
What part we don't know?
That somebody hasn't talked about it to somebody.
But
okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That part we don't know.
And what's wild to me though, right? And I don't want to say the wrong shit. You feel me?
Yeah. They gonna kill me anyway.
But me too. But it's wild that you have
we should serve. Now you got that's what we was created for.
You got Deshaun Watson, bro,
right.
$100 million man, right? And then you start seeing the women that come forward that's accusing him, and then they show up and you look at them and you're just like, bro. So I got $100 million. I can have anything I want. I can call up anything I want. I got access to porn stars, movie stars, everything.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
I got the finger.
But you said.
That's what you saying.
I ain't say that.
I'm narrating. I'm like, what's the old nigga name? He do the I'm just narrating.
But I'm just like, bro,
you got the finger.
But I'm like, bro, like I'm sitting on the couch, like, bro, I wouldn't even do that. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, and it's like we all have a couple on our rap sheet where we like, damn, I probably shouldn't have did that. You feel me?
Sure,
you ain't got 22 of them.
Not 22.
Not with $100 million. We got 2 or 3 and we po.
Yeah, but they're not saying when those things happen.
Yeah, but bro.
So that's the thing we have to take into consideration.
You got 22 women, bro.
But they said it was like a 2-year span. They did
a 2-year span.
Since the pandemic, he said he couldn't. I guess they were saying, and I could be wrong, so don't quote me. But since the pandemic, he couldn't get his normal massages at the field house, so he started doing them all at home, and then that's why he had so many come through.
So,
but see, that's even crazy too. When I think about that at the same time,
if you Deshaun
first of
Watson,
all, you getting free massages at Deshaun Watson.
But he couldn't do them at the facility, COVID.
Right.
So he had to hire.
He still.
So my thing, but my thing. If you Deshaun Watson, right?
They're claiming all 22 people are saying this happened at the facility.
No, that happened at his home.
Yeah,
I guess they came to his personal environment.
Yeah,
So
but if I'm Deshaun Watson, they all coming to these are my girlfriends.
Right. But
or my girls or something.
If you're Deshaun Watson, right?
If
you're Deshaun Watson, bro,
yeah.
and you need a massage,
right?
And you know you want some cheeks when the massage lady get here.
So you want to have
one of them?
That's what you want. He want to have ending.
The nigga is on video playing, the little mini basketball with the goal with Maya Khalifa, that fine ass Persian.
So my point is,
if I need some pussy though, I'm not calling this masseuse. I'm finna
not
go play
the one
basketball.
with ankle socks. Like no,
right.
But I guess the larger question is too. We're looking at that part of the aspect of it.
Khalifa,
When do we stop taking the trickery?
But I mean, if you let's say you actually want to massage. Now it is odd that he had 22 different bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, 22 different women massaging. That is odd. But I mean, he need a massage. How did he know that they was gonna all come out and say? That's why I say I do believe he touched like 3 of them, and I believe that the 3 came out or whatever, and then the other 22 was like we was there too, so he might as well come out too. Because it is odd that he had. I agree. I'm not. He might be the creepiest dude ever. I'm just saying he didn't think.
You got to be more careful as somebody with that kind of status, bro. I wouldn't even want 22 more people.
That's the point I'm making too. When do we start? When do we position ourselves to where we don't set ourselves up for failure?
Yeah, bro. He's supposed to have.
I need you around if I get some money though, because I'm gonna fuck up every time though. Soon as somebody offer me some head, I'm be like, all right. I'm gonna have the most.
I'm gonna say Jesus keep you near the cross.
Oh man, I'll be like Harlem Jesus.
Harlem Jesus.
You better keep these women away from me.
Man, that's a T-shirt, man.
Yeah, Harlem Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Harlem Jesus.
Man.
But yeah, I'm gonna need somebody like you around me in case I ever get popular. Cause Lord, brother,
man,
I'm gonna be so easy to trick.
Man, he's supposed to have one solid ass masseuse lady, bro. You can't be that how they kind of
exactly
and have 30 different women come around you, bro.
That's why I said that.
Everybody, they walk in that big ass house. You feel me? And like, damn, how can I get a piece of this?
Cause somebody wanted to get fingered. Let's get that straight.
Absolutely.
Out of 22 of them, somebody wanted.
And realize after they got fingered, they can like, damn, this shit wild. I'm really in position. They start looking at that big ass house when they were leaving to getting their Uber.
But you know how bad I feel if a video come out of that nigga fingering all 22 of the women. we had to scrap this whole episode. That nigga really fingered.
Ain't no way you can do all 22 of them though.
No.
So when do we believe the victim too?
I do believe, but okay. I'll take it back to Bill Cosby. I struggle with the Bill Cosby rape.
That's wild.
Let me tell you why I struggle with it though. Bill Cosby was a black man. He was popular in what, baby? It was at the 60s, 70s when he was hot. Mm-hmm. Like his, you know what I mean? You gonna tell me that he raped 60-some white women in the 50s and 60s? Oh, whatever, 70s, whatever the fuck it was.
A time when you couldn't rape white women.
Right. You gonna tell me you can't rape white women at any time.
Yeah, he was Bill. He had that jello pudding.
You definitely couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't want people to think they passed the law for that.
He was Bill. He got that jello pudding.
Yeah, you still can't rape white women. But yeah, especially not at that time. I got what you meant. It's a nigga with the Googling right there.
Like, God damn.
It's a nigga who gonna watch this shit and pick up his phone ASAP.
What is that?
Oh man.
Shit.
At that, you can't tell me that at that time that white women were afraid to come out and tell on a black man.
No, not at all.
I find it so hard to believe. Yeah,
Couldn't
they couldn't wait to.
And you famous?
Right.
Well, first of all,
man.
when you think about that whole era that she's talking about, man, it was so much going on.
You know what?
Like
You know,
Studio 54 was bananas.
like, bro, we way too deep, bro. What I want to fucking know is that how do rape allegations come back 50 years later?
Yeah, it don't matter. Man.
No. What got him?
Hold on.
He convicted himself. He said it. He admitted that he had put something in the drink.
Bro, that's what they like.
Quaaludes.
Bro, that's what they did.
That's what they popped up back then. They
Exactly. So he admitted what the person had already said he did.
Right.
So Bill got himself.
My dog should have been in jail then. Goddamn it. My dog goddamn 50 years later.
If Bill would have said, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how wild that would be, bro, for you to steal some shit when you 17?
But when Bill said...
Bill was trying to explain. He was trying to bring people
He was
up.
trying to explain
that was
it.
just the times, bro. We all popped up. That's just like 50 years from now and Young Thug trying to explain, like, no, we all pop perks and we all that. And
right. Like, nah, bitch, that was date rape.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that shit wild.
And
it's just like my thing is,
but we don't think about that at the time.
And I can understand them motherfuckers coming in different eras, bro. It was the same thing. It was like Deshaun Watson 50 years later, bro. Like all of y'all coming out like right now,
right?
Like at this time, not 2012, then 2013, like all in one day.
And I low key don't even care though. Like even if
That
he
shit
did,
wild.
that shit was so. I know that sound wild, but I low key don't care though. Like
50 years, bro.
Like. Nah, I ain't gonna say that though.
Say it,
my
man.
mind is
What you
retarded.
gonna say,
If y'all know the shit that come through my mind though, I'm gonna leave that alone though. Rape is just too serious of a topic though. But
It is, bro.
It is.
It's not a joke.
It
bro.
is. It's not a joke. It's not a joke because
swallowed that one.
at the end of the day, all of us got a mother.
Yeah.
All of us got a niece.
Exactly. If it happened to mine,
And all of us got aunties and different things
And
of that
some of
nature.
these
And it's a very tough topic because so many victims never find a resolution and they live with that horror for the rest of their lives.
Right.
And some of them never have a successful sex life because of the horror of what that individual did to them.
Listen, we had a topic one day, and women hate me for this too. I had a conversation with them, but I mean, this is me being honest though. I said that if my girlfriend gets raped, are we breaking up? That sounds wild, don't it? But I wouldn't know how to function. I think I would make it more traumatic for her because I could never, how could I ever have a sexual relation? Number one, I'm your protector. So if you were somewhere and you got raped, I feel like a failure as a man, number one. That's replaying in my mind. I'm not going to say as much as you, that I think that's disrespectful, but just know it's replaying in my mind a lot. You feel me?
I think you can help her.
No, absolutely. I'm not going to just walk away from her like, oh, you raped, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I know I'm going to make this relation. I can never touch you. How can I be intimate with you? How can I'll be so creepy?
It'll be different because what you're going to provide is completely different. The way you're going to hold her is completely different.
I will make sex. So every time I kiss her, we get into it, I'm like, you okay?
Yeah,
every step,
overthink.
I'll go down again. Like, hey, you fine? She'll be like, nigga, stop asking me. Yeah. Am I okay? I think I'll creep you out.
I had a situation like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you function?
So basically, when I first started dating this one chick, back in the day, now this is before I started preaching, so you know you people out there, forget all y'all.
Right.
You know, I was a hellion back then, for
DJ
real.
days.
For real. Yeah, I was a DJ back then. And she didn't like for me to pull her hair.
Right.
She did not like for me to pull her hair. Right. So we had a conversation about it. And she was like, I was sexually.
You can pull hair as a preacher, right? You can do that. I'm just asking though, is that like I didn't know.
Yeah, you can pull hair down.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. No, I was just asking you because you made like a preference like that was before, and I was like, I think you can pull hair now. Like I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't think the first lady of mine.
You just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
But you couldn't pull her hair.
You can pull her hair.
Y'all niggas so retarded.
And I was like, what's up with it? And she was like, I was sexually assaulted.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, okay. So then I had to ease into eventually pulling the hair.
Did you just think about not doing it? And make sure I had to ease into it. Like, men so funny. It's like, oh, damn, you were sexually molested? Oh, well, I'm going to slowly do what you don't want me to do. But we still going to do it. I'm just going to go silent. Can I pull it lit like nigga straight? Like, how about just don't do it?
And so over time,
Right.
you know, sometimes overtime.
My dog said they had to have a conversation about it.
Over time, she got that hair pulled.
Like, bro, why are we having a conversation about you getting your hair pulled? Like, I want to do that shit. Like, I don't care.
But listen, what was that first day like when she actually let you get a good pull in and you like, I conquered? Like that first time you got the wrap around and you was like, well, I'm in there now. Shoot. They gonna fire you. You can't talk about
Bro,
this.
that's funny, bro.
Shoot.
Man.
Bro,
But at the end of the day, we still got to honor him.
Bro,
at the
how
end of
the
the day.
fuck?
No, absolutely.
This is
Especially
probably the
victims.
only place
Yeah.
in the history of fucking humanity, bro, that somebody look up a podcast
Nothing but men, too.
discussing rape.
Right.
What a
And
pastor.
20% of it with a pastor. And there's laughing in that conversation at any point.
But let's be clear, there's laughter in all our podcasts. So what
Right,
we talking
but
about?
no,
Racism,
bro.
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But I get it
bro.
though. And that's why I said our preference before we did it. Rape is not funny.
Nah.
And like I said, I apologize to I've
Man,
had
we
the
can't even air this shit.
No, listen. We gonna laugh at everything, but rape ain't funny. We not laughing at rape, bro. If you cannot,
No, we not laughing
okay,
at
I'm gonna
rape.
get serious though. If you cannot compartmentalize, that's your fault. Sure, people are gonna be upset about some of the stuff that we said, but everybody here as adults know rape is not funny.
At all.
Nah,
I raised a kid.
It's
You
not-
have
it's
two
not-
daughters.
it's
you
not
have
funny at all.
Right,
Definitely.
exactly. So we're not laughing at that whatsoever. Like. Literally, the purpose of it is a bunch of men saying that money should not be allowed to be taken for rape because we feel like that lessens rape.
Right.
Not only that, we feel like that makes a mockery out of actual rape victims because there are women who are doing this
We want you to
just
go to
for
fucking-
money.
Yeah, we want you to go
Right.
to jail.
A
We don't want
man
no
should
money
go
to be
to
served.
prison.
For a long time.
I don't give a fuck how long they give that nigga. If they realize that he raped the woman, bro, I have no sympathy for you.
So how much time should they give Kelly?
Kelly who? R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Man, that nigga shouldn't come out, period.
At all.
That nigga's a wild boy. And listen, and some of the shit that he did is just the parents that allowing him to do that shit. But the fact that that nigga carry around a suitcase with the tapes in it. There's a special place in hell for that nigga, bro. I don't understand that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, if you...
How you know that man got a
That's what they,
suitcase with the tapes?
that's what they said, though.
Yeah,
Real
they
shit,
said
though.
that's what they
VCR
said.
tapes
Man,
and DVD.
bro, that nigga walks around with a satchel of his rapes.
He was a savage. He was a savage.
Yes.
He's an animal.
That nigga, brother, I don't even know what that is. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, bro,
I've never heard of that
he
before.
wild.
That nigga's a special
G
case,
wild.
bro.
Yeah, G wild.
Yeah.
But it need to be right.
R.
where he
Kelly
at.
should not come out. I don't give a fuck what you singing about or what you talking about, brother. That is the throatest shit I ever heard.
Some of the motherfucking folks' parents need to be in jail too.
So if you say that he shouldn't come out, should other artists accept his music as him as their ghostwriter?
I don't have no problem. Like it's, bro.
Simply because then at that point, his music and what he's still doing is still in the music.
And that's well. Does he sing about underage fucking?
Oh, yeah.
I know, he got songs like "Seems Like
age
the
ain't
Ready."
nothing but a number, bruh.
I get it. So if you want to take,
But he
him
been
out,
telling on this stuff for a long time.
Long time.
You ever seen the
I believe-
concert on YouTube where the boy say he asking their ages and asking who want to come home with him and he's singing it a cappella?
No.
Man, you gotta look that shit up, man. I said, man, this man is wild, bro.
Yeah, when he started wearing the Zorro
Man,
mask,
that man saying if you
go to prison.
if you 18, if you 18, goddamn it, and you want to come home with R. Kelly, make some noise.
Come on.
Man, that's it, man. This man here, man. This man
Shit,
here.
he said a legal number, man. I ain't gonna say nothing in case my girlfriend 18 one day. I don't want
Yeah, my
nobody to
dog,
judge
but
me.
goddamn, why you go straight to 18, bro? You couldn't go.
Listen,
You feel me?
you bring one to 18, man, we gonna go on and kill you, boy.
Hey man, let me tell you something. What I realized, bro. If you I might not go 18. I talk all that shit. That's too fucking young. But I think older men should be with younger women. I am all about a woman in her 20s. I don't give a fuck. If she 21, I hold her hand and won't say shit to y'all and be like, baby, fix your Velcro on your shoes for your embarrassment.
This man here.
With My Little Ponies,
My Little Ponies.
Velcro.
Man, listen, all I'm saying is I think that shit keeps you youthful as a man. And no offense to older women and nothing like that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with, because whenever the shoe's in reverse, nobody say nothing.
Correct.
An older woman can have a handsome ass 19-year-old nigga and don't nobody
Actually,
give a
yes,
fuck.
they do. They gonna give them looks.
Who?
They gonna get them cougars to
Man,
look.
if that nigga handsome, if right now J-Lo go date Lil Baby, don't nobody got a problem. Nobody.
But that's a different category. We talking about celebrities. I'm talking about the regular old Joe woman walking down the street with a young dude. That's a cougar. We gonna look like for real.
I mean, but the backlash from women won't be there. Women ain't gonna give a shit. Shout out to her. Leave her alone. Let her get her man. So that's all I'm saying. As long as it's legal, man, do your thing. I mean, it is kind of creepy once you start talking 20-year differences and all that shit like that. I understand, but
my mama had a nigga my age one time, bro. I wanted to fight that nigga, bro.
Yeah, you should.
He
though.
walk around here, motherfucking shoes off.
Nah, he won't do that. Nah,
no socks, bro.
No socks.
Like, yeah.
No socks. He was walking around your house with a wife beater.
Man, I was
How old
like,
was you at the time?
probably like 36,
Nah, hell no.
35.
That no.
But my mama is
He got the
60, bro.
He got the shape up.
Man, I wanted to fight that nigga, man.
Nah, bro. That nigga out there talking about.
But AP,
And he really tried to have stepdaddy energy, bro. I'm like, man, bitch, I'm older than you.
Hey, y'all be safe out there, man. You know the police out there, man. Shut your ass up. You trying to go, motherfucker? The motherfucker out there giving you daddy advice.
strap up.
Yeah, like for real. Now look, man.
Take the Bible.
Come on, man. You
Beat
came
your
in
ass.
smelling like weed. Now your mama now. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Come to church.
Beat your ass up. For real.
We going to Sunday school in the morning.
Oh,
boy.
beat your
Come on.
ass, boy.
Get the fuck out my shoes, nigga. My
Yeah.
shoes you got
And
on.
like you say, she tell you mind your goddamn business. I'm like,
what
man,
I
the
said.
man younger than me, man.
As long as it's legal, man. The wildest thing about R. Kelly is just he could have had a plethora of legal women. Women wanted to fuck him of all ages. So from every legal age that he could think of, he could have had. But it's a sickness, it's an illness, bro. For you to have to have that age range, that young, and nothing else is satisfactory, it's an illness, man. You know what I mean? So and again, the point for getting into all that was that everyone here takes rape seriously. I don't want nobody to watch this shit.
Definitely.
That was the purpose of it. If you tune into Anxiety Issues Podcast, you're going to get laughter no matter what the topic is. We had a whole racism topic, and we laughed in here with 2 other white people. You feel me? So the only thing is that the point was to say, in my personal opinion, I hate when monetary value is attached to rape. It is the most egregious crime, and that's coming from a girl dad. There is no amount of money a man could offer my child where I will look at her and say, okay, baby, yeah, take that.
I'ma tell
and
you.
go away. Nothing. I don't care if we walk away with a no conviction, I don't give a fuck what we walk away with. No money it will suffice for that.
Amber J is 28, bro. I love my daughter to death. I'm going to jail.
Facts.
Preach or not, I'm being honest.
Right. And God won't be mad at you.
Nah.
Job well done when you get to heaven. Good job, my son.
I ain't
He
gonna
won't
lie.
be mad at you.
Like that's one of them ones where it's like, bruh, I'm going out. I'm going to war.
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna have to ask God for forgiveness on that one. Right. Only because if that's my one,
Right.
And because it's so serious.
because it's so serious, I don't ever feel like a guy should have to violate a woman in that area, in that space at no point.
No.
Yeah.
Period.
I can't even begin to get into the mind of a rapist. That's a separate topic. Yeah. What would to make? I don't even get that, bro.
For some of those guys, you got to realize they've been victims themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard.
So when you grow up as a victim, the saying is, hurt people hurt other people. And so until you really begin to deal with the issue that individual have dealt with,
right,
that's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's gives validity to what they're doing,
right.
But it definitely, you have to ask yourself, what has this individual seen to make them want to do that?
Yeah. It is a lot, and it's a lot, and because it's a lot is why people shouldn't play with it. All that if it's shit is serious, stand on it.
Right.
Yeah,
man, I know. I was dating this girl. I won't give her name. She was one of my girlfriends at one point. It was hard to date her because she was raped by her dad, her brothers, and her brother's friends.
Right.
And so I dated her as her counselor.
Right.
Trying to help her mentally and spiritually through the process. How do you process as a woman?
Right.
Your dad, who is supposed to be your protector, has been raping you. that's the real issue that some of these women experience. The people who are there to protect them are the same people that are victimizing them.
Right, and I believe that causes some level of mental health issues. When you look back at stuff like bipolar, borderline personality disorder, a lot of that stems from early childhood trauma. It's a mental break. In the stage where your brain is developing and forming and understanding, learning who's supposed to protect and who's not, you go through something traumatic like that. I tell a story too about a woman that I was dating, and she was telling me that at 9 years old she was molested. Now the thing that hit home for me was, obviously that's a horrible story, but my daughter was 9 at the time. Now here's my daughter, as healthy as possible, raised little girl. My daughter at 9 is a baby. I'm talking about the world is still just genuine to her. She talks like a baby, even though everything's just so nice and gentle. If my daughter had experienced that, she wouldn't know how to process it either. And that woman told me, she said, I can just remember, it's a 26, 27-year-old woman, said, I can remember at 9, after that happening, she said, I can remember staring out the window and it was like the world had changed. She said, I couldn't say anything. I couldn't process what just happened. She just said, I was just in a different place than where I had previously came from. The world around me was totally different. And I totally understood that because my daughter, she couldn't compartmentalize rape at that time either. You feel me? Right. I can't even imagine the torture that would do.
But then there's another question we have to deal with. When do the person who's been prosecuted of rape get the opportunity to be orientated back into society? The reason I'm bringing this up,
right,
because I have a homeboy caught a sexual harassment court case. Girl was 18. What played the issue was race. That's really the issue.
I've seen this before. Mm-hmm.
He was 24. She was 18. Getting ready to graduate from high school. Basically what happened was they were twin sisters. The white dude that she was dating got upset that she was dating a black dude. Basically told the parents. Parents persecuted. He had to then become sexual.
But she was of age though, correct?
Didn't matter. She was still in high school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the parents pressed charges.
Right.
So now, since that situation, he has to register as a sex offender.
Right. Which and my family member has a similar situation to that too as well. But to stay on your story, I think that there should be levels to that. If someone tells me that type of story, to just have to go around and consistently register as a sex offender, because it don't say what kind of sex offender you are. It's just sex offender. You feel me? So when you see that in your neighborhood, when you see that anywhere,
but your life has changed forever.
Absolutely.
You
can't live certain
Since
places.
then, his life has not been the same.
Absolutely.
It's been changed forever.
Absolutely. Man,
so when do we really advocate for certain situations where our young brothers have been victimized?
Now, in that situation, there should be some kind of a reinstatement program in that situation. I agree 1,000%. But when I think of rape, that's obviously not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the actual forcing yourself on a woman. You see what I'm saying? That I don't think there should be no I personally don't. If you make that decision, I don't care when, why, or how you decided to do it. I really don't care if you see the light of day again. That's just my personal opinion. But what your homeboy went through, that's not violent or egregious in my mind. It was an 18-year-old woman, 24-year-old man. Just by some written law, it was illegal. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really have no problem with that at all. But wake your ass up, man.
I mean, boy.
I'm
that
up,
man
bro.
high as
Hey, man,
fuck.
go get that man. He high as a kite, boy.
Man, chill out.
Get that nigga some coffee.
He needs something.
Hey, man.
Matter of fact, I'm going to make you go back to church like Auntie Gloria used to have us, man. Look at him. He'll wake up then, boy.
Get you a brownstone in Harlem. But yeah, man. So I like to anybody, I hope, because we gonna air this motherfucker. I wish I would not air our podcast because
Hey, man.
it's supposed to be a controversial.
I'm apologizing for it in advance for my poor performance. I ate an edible and I thought it was gonna make me look cool. But drugs are for fools, man. Just fucking say no, man. If you don't say no, you're gonna be falling asleep on the goddamn podcast where they talk about rape and laughing and shit. Like, don't be me, man.
Yeah,
This
man,
is
somebody
bad.
rape.
Yeah, this is
Oh man.
Man
don't care nothing about rape. What's
that? What's that?
Oh man.
We gotta do this shit again the right way.
But the
bro.
crazy part,
we gotta add it just like that.
The crazy part, hold on, I gotta put a twist on this thing too. The crazy part when we talk about rape, we only talk about women.
Oh no,
Yeah.
We don't talk about that other flip side of young men who are raped by women. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
I openly say this on my podcast. I don't care, little nigga. Fuck my man. I wish a nigga would come tell me a sad story like, man, my life's never been the same since he sucked my dick. What? Put some icy hot on that shit. Man up.
Some icy hot. What you mean?
Yeah, but now if another man molested you, like, all right, now we talking. Now we like, all right, brother, I'm sorry that happened to you. But you got a little pussy too early. It's poor you, motherfucker. I don't know.
It's not in the same boat.
Huh? No, hell no, it's not in the same boat.
Why it's not in the same boat?
But again, I don't know how that mentally traumatizes a young boy, but I mean, he'll be all right. He'll figure it out.
But
So your son comes to you and say, Dad, Auntie Lily been banging me for the last.
No, that's wild because Auntie Lily throw it though. You just made it throw. Auntie,
that's different.
Yeah, that's some other shit though. Why would your auntie fuck you?
He almost felt like school teacher.
Like I don't care. I hate when they arrest school. I hate when they arrest. Stop doing that, y'all. Stop arresting school teachers for fucking their students. You know how? Unless I'm talking about like woman to boy. You know how happy I would have been back in the day, brother. Can you imagine?
So that's a double standard.
There's no such thing as double standards. It's what people. Double standards are when people do shit they not supposed to be doing. Me and you all right, brother? You not traumatized that you got some pussy. I'm sorry, you not though. Now, if auntie do it, now that's different though. You threw a little monkey wrench in there. But like, if you went to school and you came home and told me, only thing I'm gonna do is see the lady who fucked you.
Right.
Like, nah, she ugly. I'm be like, bitch, you know better. I'll be mad, but I gotta work, bitch, you know better. You gonna fuck my son, you ugly motherfucker.
Double standard Daggerwood.
Bus driver ass bitch. Why don't you fuck my son? You have him right here chasing ugly hoes with mustaches the rest of his life. Nah, but if she fine, I'm gonna tell my son, brother, you all right, man. Get it together.
Oh my God, bro.
That's it though.
This ain't good, man.
This is good.
Is not good.
Brother, the world doesn't care about boy rape.
That is not good.
You said boy rape.
That ain't not good.
You just gave it a title, bro.
I'm talking about, it is boy rape.
He said boy rape.
Nobody cares about boy rape, brother.
What the fuck? Are you for caring, bro? You kidding me?
No, they don't,
Bro, we gotta close the show up, bro.
No. I'm talking about like
You mess this whole life
if
up.
a man rapes a boy, that's wild. People do care about that. That's some weird shit. If auntie rapes a boy, people care about that.
That's
but
wild.
if your teacher fucks you, nobody gives a fuck about that shit.
So she been banging me since the 8th grade. You don't care.
Fuck no. What's wrong with you? I'm trying to. Would you like to switch roles? I was doing homework. You was getting pussy. Oh my God. I'm so sorry for you. I'm right here. Right, this bitch put me in detention. You fucking her. I should have hollered at you to get out detention. Yeah, that's why they be getting snitched on, because another little nigga get jealous. He can't get no pussy, and he go tell.
That's usually how.
No, don't nobody care about boy
Double
rape, man.
standard.
No, man. I was raped, man. The real shit though. I was raped as a grown ass man, brother. I'll tell you this story. We can get out of here though. This how you know don't nobody care.
No. How you get raped as a grown man?
See how y'all?
What's crazy is that you said that and we laughed.
Exactly. That's why I say nobody cares about boy rape though. Y'all laughed at that. When I said I was raped, I'm dead serious.
And what's funny though, we low key didn't even wait to see who raped you.
It could have been a yeah, exactly. I could have been like, man, my stepdaddy. Y'all have been like, no. But listen, seriously,
280 pounds.
See, no excuse for me to get raped. Huh, man? That nigga could have been 380. You don't know who it could have been. But listen though, so real shit though. There was this girl who I was in like a little rap clique back in the day, and there was this girl who she really wanted to fuck. But I wasn't attracted to her, period. You feel me? Like, it just wasn't like that. But she would go out her way to make it seem like she was my lady. So to the point where if other bitches was in the studio and I wouldn't notice, until they would come tell me later, they were like, nah, she said she your girl. I'm like, fuck no, who told you that? And they would be like, she did. You feel me? So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm going to shake it off. She was a part of the little rap clique too, right? So then I had a birthday coming up. So we all met at the studio and we going out, right? So she know I like Grey Goose. She came with the big bottle. I'm talking about the stupid bottle. You feel me? Knowing I'm finna down this bottle. It's my birthday. You feel me? And I'm a drinker. So cool. We go out with all the homies. She there, a couple homegirls there, right? Everybody buying me drinks. It's my birthday, right? I get so fucked up, but I'm like, I'm gonna drive myself. Like, bro, I'm good. They like, hey, no, don't let that man drive home. Like, so my homeboys like, get the keys, man. Who gonna drive him home? So they trying to figure out who gonna drive me home. Who you think want to drive me home?
She can't wait.
She say, I get the keys. So I'm like, at the time, I'm drunk, but I'm still here. I'm still present,
right.
But I'm fucked up, but I'm present, right? I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna see y'all boys later. Cool. So she get my car keys. Now, you know when you real drunk what that passenger seat gonna do to you, right?
I mean, it make it worse.
Over with. I'm asleep. I got in that passenger seat, I'm out. All of a sudden, the door open up. I don't notice these little lights and shit. You know, it's late as fucking night. Where these motherfucking lights at? I'm like, man, where we at, man? She's like, oh, I just had to stop by my house real quick. Blah, 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 whatever. Like, come in real
took you
quick.
Inside to rape you?
Listen, bro. Yeah, see? Nobody cares about my boy right now. Listen. So listen, real shit. So she's like, just come inside, whatever. Like, don't be sitting out here in the car, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, all right, man, I come inside. I lay out. Oh, she got this motherfucking couch. I lay out on that bitch. I'm out. Now, this so crazy. Like, I'm blacking out. But I can hear the shower running. You know what I'm saying? And I see like all the lights off.
To rape you.
Yeah, she did though. She got right to rape me. So I see the little light under the door, so I know she in there, right? And I'm just in and out of sleep, dozing out. So she come out, brother, and I'm at this point I'm hit, brother. I done drunk the big bottle of Grey Goose, solo, on top of shots. I'm out of here. You feel me? Brother, no lie. All I feel is her down there, brother. And I'm laying sideways. I wake up to her down there playing with my dick. This no lie. This the part that made me mad. And I hate this. Brother, listen, I talk too much on this show. This the part that made me mad, brother. She put my dick in her dude. Why would you do that? If you gonna rape me, at least, why would you do that? You get what I'm saying? At least give me some pussy if you gonna rape me, though. Why would you give me some ass if you gonna rape me? That was the wildest part about the whole thing, though. Like, she's like, oh, I was on my period. That's the word.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
You need Benjamin Crump, bro. His line, bro.
Listen, this is a true story, brother. Real shit. And I was defenseless. I couldn't move, brother. I was done. I was so drunk, brother. I couldn't do nothing but get them and they take me home. I never told nobody about it. Didn't put no rub on me. She didn't put no rub on me or nothing.
So when you got up, you said what?
Rub on you.
She didn't put nothing on me.
You fuck some raw ass.
So when you got up, you said, take me home?
Yeah, because nobody cared about boy rape. I got up and I was like, man, take me home, man. That's all you can do, man. Take me to my car.
Smelling like asshole.
Brother, real shit though. I was like, so
take me home.
Listen, now if that role was reversed, if I flipped those genders in that situation, brother, that nigga going to jail, man, brother.
I would not be crying laughing. Exactly. I would not be crying
exactly. So when I stand on these heels and I say people don't care about boy rape, it's because they don't. I'm not saying that to be mean, but I know that, bro. Even when I woke up, I was just like,
you need
all right, you got me.
Hey, that whole story
you need a prayer,
man.
Yeah. You need a prayer. I'm gonna pray for you because you say, it happened.
Yeah, it did. You have to pray for me because God gonna laugh.
Bless him, Lord.
Yeah, he gonna be like, man, because all I could do when I woke up be like, all right, you got me, bro. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, no woman is doing that though. Hell no.
Brother, I was hit.
Yeah, that shit is. It is like the word you hate to say, double standard. But boy, yeah, nobody cares about that shit.
It is what it is. I just like I said, and maybe shout out to God that her period was on because I probably would have skeeted in there if her period wasn't on. I'd had a baby. Like unbeknownst to me.
When you hear a dude tell a story like that, it's almost like him saying somebody broke in my house and put furniture in it. Like, they broke in my house and left me some money.
Because nobody care about boy rape, man. It is what it is, man. Close us out on boy rape, man. Hey, listen, my mind, just in case y'all don't get to know, my mind work like this. I think dumb shit all the time. Like, for instance, this don't have nothing to do with nothing, right? Why there's a house burned down, but everything in the house burn up? Can you explain that to me? If a person tell a story, they be like, damn, what happened to that house on 5th Street? Like, that shit burned down. Like, what happened to all that shit, man? That shit burnt up. Why is it like that, though? This is my brain thinks retarded shit all the time.
And because I'm high, I got an answer for that.
Go ahead. Please tell me. I would love it. Please give it to me, though.
Okay, so when the house is on fire, right? Mm-hmm. All of the fucking boards and shit are falling down. Correct. So the house is burning down. And everything in it burns up because when something burns, it turns into, you feel me? And it smoking shit.
I'm gonna let you have that. 'Cause I can't,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, I'm gonna let you have it because I can't say. I just always find that was funny though.
Yeah, so shit do burn up, boy.
Yeah. So you can get all this
burn
information
down,
on
dog.
Anxiety Issues Podcast. We'll tell you about rape. We'll tell you nobody care about boy rape, and we explain why houses burn down.
And when I'm not high, I got the science section. You feel me? And the weather. I ain't got shit right now, but when I'm not high, I got science.
Man,
and
close
the
us
weather.
out of here with your high
That
ass,
greasy
man.
pea, huh?
How you gonna ask me to close us out, boy? You ain't capable of
You been
doing
asleep half the
All right,
podcast.
man. All right, cool. I can take us out, bro. This has been the Anxiety Issues Podcast with me, Boneface, and my brother Adam Taylor. My dog got a project about to drop, Gorilla Gardens.
Oh man, that man put
You
pressure
feel
on
me?
me. I do
Yeah,
know.
that shit hard. I already heard it. Got my dog Fabo. You feel me? So when y'all DM our page, that's who's gonna be answering Fabo. And if y'all see him throwing any events around the city or anywhere else, y'all understand that that's my dog. And Big Cuzzo, G, the pastor.
Oh man, you want to shout out the church? I don't know. Well, that's not,
No.
not on the board. I didn't think that through.
No, he didn't do that
I didn't
at
think that
all.
through. I did it real fast. My mind works good. Though. I got it. Don't worry about it. I think it's
Shout out.
No.
Shout out, sister. So and so.
Oh, man.
I fixed it. Yeah, I caught that as soon as it left my lips. Like, nah, he don't want to.
And shout out to all the loyal listeners, man. Y'all keep watching this shit and y'all subscribe, man. And to 12's baby mama, baby daddy, whoever the fuck he was.
My
Yeah.
rapist?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Keep watching us, man. I love you, man. He don't like you. I fuck with you, dog.
I thought her kid graduated from high school the other day. Congratulations. See? I ain't tell on you she lived to be a good mom.
Listen, man. Anxiety Issues Podcast. We out.